I was born in Seattle, Washington, February the 13th, 1928. We all celebrated that on Valentine's Day because my mother wanted a Valentine, and I came a little bit early. My dad was a policeman in Seattle, so we lived in a pretty simple home. I remember there was one bathroom. I remember that because I'd get up in the morning and stand by the heater waiting to get into the bathroom. That's when I first found out where God was, because my sister would always say to somebody, "God, are you still in there?" That's so corny. Jeez, that's awful. My mother and dad were born in Ireland and came over here as immigrants. They had what I would call a very deep Irish faith, and so we just always went to church. And I can always remember with my dad, he was always early. You never get there just when it starts. You're always early. So I can remember going early, and I kind of had fond memories of the church. It was going to church, going to Mass was not a burden for me as a young person. I can remember that very distinctly. In growing up, I think the people I admired would be the young Jesuits that taught at Seattle Prep. In those days, since, as I said, that was 1941 to 45, there were more Jesuits than there were lay people, just the reverse of what we're experiencing now. And these young scholastics who were there as teachers prior to going to theology and ordination were impressive and friendly and good role models, and they were fun to be around, and they were fun to have as teachers in the sense that they were closer to the students in age, and that was a good thing. But they were also demanding. They were good teachers. So I think they were role models. Also, I had 2 or 3 very close friends at Seattle Prep that were good people, and that impressed me a lot.
What makes Bill a good friend, at least to me, is that he will never say anything behind your back that he doesn't say to your face. He's very honest, and you can trust him. And so that's always been a great quality in our relationship, that honesty and integrity. Love his sense of humor. It's dry, but it's real and it's contagious. When we laugh a lot when we were together, especially when we were playing golf, because some of the meaner traits of Bill's character comes out when we're playing golf. And I'm very honest and sincere, and Bill has a little trouble with that sometimes, but we work it out.
The thing about Father Hayes that surprised me is that he's kind of an athletic guy. The first time that I went skiing with him in Sun Valley, I was very impressed. In fact, as much as I hate to admit it, he's a darn good skier.
Bill, I'm so honored to be able to share a little bit with you on this special celebration of 50 years as a Jesuit. What a wonderful accomplishment. Thank you for all of the special things that you have brought into my life and our family's life. God bless you.
The first time I met Bill was in 1984 when he began as the president of Jesuit High School. My first impression was that he was very much in charge, a very classy demeanor, and that in charge demeanor that he had was basically, it followed through in his business life. And often when I worked with him, I would hear him say that if you don't know where you're going, you might end up somewhere else.
Bill is one of the few people that I've met who does have a vision, who has the big picture in mind, and has a clear idea of what the way things should be, and he went about and accomplished it. And what we have at Jesuit High School, I think today, it just reflects what his vision is. It came through, and it came through both because of his vision and his ability to actually accomplish it.
Father Hayes' experience at Jesuit and his impact at Jesuit is kind of like the body of Jesuit, and Father Hayes is the bone and the bone marrow. He is the bones, he is the structure of Jesuit High School. We all appreciate everything that you have done for all of us, but more specifically and more special is your friendship that you have given us throughout the years. Thank you and happy birthday.
I was intimidated, but over time I just got to know him and know what a wonderful, wonderful man he really is. I was golfing one time, and here we have this priest who knew that another friend of mine was going to play a joke on me and didn't tell me anything. So, of course, I step up and hit the ball, and the ball explodes. So Bill looked at me, and he said, and I turned around and I said, "Did you do that on purpose?" And my friend Kim, of course, said, "Well, yeah." And Bill said to me later, he said, "I thought you were going to come after her with the club." And I said, "Well, I almost did, but I knew you were standing there, so I thought I better not." Father Hayes, Marty and I want to wish you a very, very happy birthday. We just think the world of you. We love you, and we're so glad that you're part of our life. Happy birthday.
He took a school that was on its way down, and I do mean that. Enrollment was declining, the school income was in bad shape. They had to sell the property to the east of the school just to satisfy the bank. The school was in danger of closing its doors. And because of Father William Hayes, S.J., that school is the premier school, I believe, in the state of Oregon.
Well, I think the thing that surprised me most about Father Hayes was how he improved his golf game. And Father used to take money off me pretty regularly. Well, my particular favorite memory of Father Hayes was me beating him at golf over in Sun Valley, and I've got the dollar bill signed by the dollar bill Father Hayes. My first impression was that he was a taskmaster, and he had a mission, and he accomplished his mission, and several thereafter, I might add. But he was a terrific guy, very straightforward, and very engaging.
There are two parts of Father Hayes. The board member, who is very serious and quiet and reserved, but always has the final piece of advice that everyone listens to. And then the other Father Hayes, who is warm and fuzzy and very few people ever see. His consistency is what I am most rewarded by. No matter where he is, no matter how he feels, no matter what kind of stresses he's under, when you know he's under stress, he's consistently human. I always thought he was sort of bigger than life, and indeed he is, but he consistently is approachable and humble.
I think Father Hayes' mere presence on the campus was always there, and he was like the pillar of the community. Even though he didn't teach in his later years, he was just, the kids looked up to him. He was friendly, always a smiling face, and really held the facility together from a lot of different perspectives.
I think I learned to love daily Mass because of having Bill Hayes with me and being there every day and saying daily Mass. And it's something I've learned to really love thanks to Bill Hayes.
My son Neil was lucky enough to get to play golf with Father Hayes one day, and he came home and he said, you know, he's a guy. He's out there, he wants to hit the ball, he wants to play. He said, it was so great to see how this man that I've respected and look up to, he's also a guy I can go out and play golf with, and I just feel good and better about myself, and I think I can learn more just from being around that. And I think that's Father Hayes', that's what he's going to leave for all of us. I think everybody who was able to walk along and spend some time with him, I'll never forget sitting around on a patio. As he talked to us, he did Mass for us on a patio in the backyard, just because that was the best place that day for the group that we were all together with. And it was great, special moments.
I think probably the thing that's most important about Father that I recognize is how passionate he is and how selfless he is. He would work hard and stay late and do whatever it took to make it happen.
Like everyone else here, and the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who know you, you can count me among those who greatly admire you. I admire you most immediately as an administrator, somebody who's saved Jesuit. But secondly, I admire you as a priest. You have always been steadfast and been the epitome of faithfulness. Those of us who know you greatly respect you and are grateful to be in your life. And thirdly, I always appreciated our friendship. It's something I greatly value. So I am delighted to be here to wish you a happy birthday.
Nobody is acquainted with Jesuit High School without being acquainted with Father Bill Hayes.
I think Bill should be remembered as the individual who changed the direction at Jesuit High School, saw to it that it emerged as a strong, religious, Catholic, academic, co-ed institution.
The kids looked up to him. He was friendly, always a smiling face, and really held the facility together from a lot of different perspectives.
A lot of people have helped, but without him it never would have happened.
His commitment and his commitment to doing things right with excellence throughout the way, not to scrimp, not to be satisfied with second place and less than stellar approach, has borne fruit. He's been able to pull it off.
He is credited and should be credited for Jesuit, its success today.
I think it's pretty simple. I know those of us who are teachers will remember a simple fact: you saved Jesuit.
I think one of the most rewarding experiences I've had over the years is the experience I had at Jesuit. When I came in 1984 as president, the year before that, some of the trustees were quietly trying to find ways to close the school. We had a financial crisis. To be able to be part of working with the quality people at Jesuit to solve the financial crisis in the moving towards coeducation, the planning of the campus, working with people who were so generous to help support us by donating. That's just been a tremendous source of satisfaction. And when I look at the school today and see how successful the school is and the good things that are accomplished with all the young people there, I just feel very grateful to have been involved in that over the years. And I was thinking the other day when I look back at that, those were probably the happiest days of my life as a priest, because there was so much going on. Obviously, to see where we are now and where we're going at Jesuit still continues to be very satisfying. Well, I want to thank all of you for being here tonight to help me celebrate my birthday and 50 years a priest. You're wonderful friends, and some of you did not get a chance to talk. I think that's unfortunate, because some of those who were chosen certainly did not say what I would consider to be nice things, but those who really know me understand. Seriously, I'm most grateful that you're here. You're wonderful friends, and I love you, and I could not think of a better way to celebrate 80 and 50 than being here with all of you. So thank you very much.